A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, December 16. The Barbados Labour Party today challenged the main opposition parties to break their silence on the ongoing strike by some nurses. On Wednesday, following a meeting of the Social Partnership, Prime Minister PM Mottley and several other union leaders publicly distanced themselves from the ongoing industrial actions by nurses represented by the Unity Workers Union. In a strong statement today, the BLP General Secretary, Senator Dr. Jerome Walcott, questioned the silence of opposition leader Bishop Joseph Atherley on the matter.
The Barbados Labour Party is therefore moved to call on Bishop Atherley, as we are indeed calling on the current president of the Democratic Labour Party, Ms. Verla de Pisa, to break their silence on this matter and let the public of Barbados understand where they stand on this most unfortunate situation. Silence simply cannot be an option when the very public health system of Barbados is being imperiled by recklessness and recalcitrance. Neither leader can now claim to be unaware of the facts, as this matter has been played by Senator Franklin in the media for days before and now during the strike. At the very least, Bishop Atherley, in his capacity as leader of the opposition, should summon his senator to his office and demand an explanation of his actions and his dangerous belligerence in continuing to use his personal union to encourage some nurses to abandon their commitment to serve the sick and unwell in this country.
But in response, Bishop Atherley tells Barbados Today that he will not be engaging in any public rebuke of the opposition senator and General Secretary of the Unity Workers Union, Caswell Franklin.
Don't instruct or advise or consult with Senator Franklin on matters relative to Unity Trade Union. He's a responsible union head. I believe that he will lead and call matters as he sees them. So that particular aspect of the press briefing, I would not be able to get into because Senator Franklin speaks in the Senate as an opposition senator appointed by myself. He speaks on labor-related issues, industrial relations issues, and constitutional matters in the Senate of Barbados. Having said that, I think the ongoing and current issue has to do with Unity Workers Union and its membership among the nursing fraternity in Barbados.
Bishop Atherley instead blasted Prime Minister Mia Mottley for the way in which she publicly chastised Senator Franklin. He contends her remarks were unbecoming.
What I do feel is a strong sense of disappointment over the Prime Minister's tone and statements yesterday to attribute Senator Franklin's motives or motivation purely to politics and an attempt to be part of the activities of what she calls a silly season. I think that is unbecoming in this instance. How could she say that without certainty and without evidence? And the thing about it is that when she makes that statement, she's making that statement in a context where she herself is playing politics. And here's what really concerns me. You have convened a press briefing. I presume it is at the end of a social partnership meeting. You've convened a press briefing. You've got many members in leadership of the social partnership at your left and at your right. And you use that to mount a political platform to launch an attack against what you see as opposition forces being arrayed against you and expressing itself in the saga here with the nurses. I think that's very unbecoming.
In other news this Thursday, the Barbados Met Service is advising Barbadians to be on the alert for strong winds within the next 2 days. Meteorologist Jonathan Allen explains.
Strong winds associated with an Atlantic high-pressure system are currently affecting Barbados. Present data suggests a further increase in wind speeds up to 55 kilometers on Friday and Saturday, the 18th of December 2021. During this time, residents and visitors to the island can expect tumbling or rolling of unsecured objects, such as inflatable structures, outdoor Christmas decorations, tents, and also garbage cans. Additionally, trees could also be uprooted, along with the blowing down of large branches and power lines. Crane operators and persons engaged in outdoor activities well above ground, for example on roofs and in trees, should monitor the situation closely and have plans in place for securing equipment and safeguarding their lives.
COVID-19 cases are on the decline in most Caribbean countries. In an update on Wednesday during her weekly press conference, Director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, said infections were down overall except in Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, and the Cayman Islands, which reported the highest weekly incidence in the Americas.
But for this regional effort to work, we need the goodwill of companies to openly share these technologies and resources to all countries so that the Americas are not left behind as new tools become available. One of the most important lessons this pandemic has taught us is the importance of solidarity and of working together. Effective collaboration across borders enabled vaccines to be developed in record time, variants to be identified quickly, and countries to adjust their responses based on the latest available evidence. Each time we worked together, we had breakthroughs.
Now to the latest COVID-19 update. 44 people tested positive for the viral illness on Wednesday from the 1,100 tests conducted by the Barbados Public Health Laboratory. The new cases comprise 7 persons under the age of 18 and 37 who are 18 years and older. A total of 191 people were in isolation facilities, while 1,396 were in home isolation. One person died from COVID-19 on Wednesday. A 68-year-old man who was unvaccinated passed away at the Harrison's Point Isolation Facility. The death toll now stands at 255.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, my name is Michelle Thompson. I'm a visually impaired person. I am also a member of the National United Society of the Blind of Barbados. I am vaccinated. I took the vaccination due to the fact that I am diabetic, I'm asthmatic, and I also have high blood pressure. I had no side effects. Everything went calm and smooth, as my doctor said it would go. Please, people, go ahead and do the right thing.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get back to living.
To regional news now, in the Bahamas, Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper has brushed off former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis's claim that the government's decision to scrap the travel health visa for Bahamians and residents returning to the Bahamas is a grave mistake. We get the details from Our News Bahamas.
Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper brushing off former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis's claim that the government's decision to scrap the travel health visa for Bahamians and residents returning to the Bahamas is a grave mistake.
I think the former Prime Minister should enjoy his retirement, quite frankly.
As of Monday, Bahamians and residents no longer needed travel health visas to re-enter the Bahamas. However, negative COVID-19 test results are still required.
We are making decisions that are in the best interest of the Bahamian people. We promised the Bahamian people that we would remove the travel visa. Bahamian people, our constituents, indicated to us that it was a nuisance. We are comfortable that the Ministry of Health is putting in place and have done a significant amount already.
On the international front, the Bank of England raised interest rates, surprising investors. The central bank said it had to act now because it saw warning signs in underlying inflation pressures. More in this report from Reuters TV.
Markets expected a UK rate hike last month and got nothing. This month they expected nothing and got a surprise increase. The Bank of England on Thursday lifted borrowing costs to 0.25% from just 0.1% previously. That made it the first major central bank to move higher. Governor Andrew Bailey said the bank needed to act on inflation, now forecast to go as high as 6% by April.
Because we've seen evidence of a very tight labour market And we're seeing more persistent inflation pressures now, and that's what we have to act on. We're concerned about inflation in the medium term, and we're seeing things now that can threaten that. So that's why we have to act.
Currency and bond markets were stunned by the surprise hike. Yields on benchmark UK government bonds jumped to 2-week highs in the moments after the move.
That's news, but for the very latest, you can visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates or like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.